The problem we have is that larger tracts of land are no longer available. When the well-being surveys came through, they chopped up our community in many different haphazard patchwork of lands, most of which are inaccessible and landlocked. There are no lands set aside for agriculture in our community. Obviously, some changes are needed at a local level within our governance structures and institutions to bring our food system into respectful alignment with the needs of the Commonwealth of Life. And the 4 steps to achieving a whole earth economy that I read in Jeff and Peter's book are really valuable tools, not only at the global level that they describe in the book, but also at the local level. For grounding and the first step, grounding and clarification, our culture is already integrally grounded in a right relationship with the natural world. The words that come before all else. These words are intended as a constant reminder of our place in the cosmos, our responsibilities to the natural world, and our acknowledgement of the work being done by all parts of the natural world that enable us to be here. And that brings me to the question Stuart asked earlier, do you want to kill our mother the earth? Of course, nobody's going to say, yes, I do, but we have that grounding in our culture, but in reality, a lot of the actions that are taking place in our daily lives are contributing to that same goal. So what is needed for us and for everyone is a clarification of what do the words of the Yohandigari mean in our modern context. How do we continue to fulfill our responsibilities to the natural world while being bombarded by the constant messages of this consumer society? The clarification is a goal we're striving towards in our community through my work at the Environment Office, through the Longhouses, through our other organizations and families and institutions in our community. And then the second step is the development of models, pilot programs, and techniques based on right relationship. As described in the book, these models and techniques should be informed by history, but tailored to the future. And again, we have models in our culture that we're trying to work with today in our modern context. And we developed a program, and I don't have the time to go into it now, but the Granada Healthy Housing Project, and I do have some brochures if people are interested later, is a project where we try to establish what are the roots of our culture that need to be transferred into our modern lives. And so through that project, it's informed by our history and cultural values, but tailored to our current situation. And we established a sustainable housing project that, in order to provide the tools and knowledge to fulfill our responsibilities to the natural world in the modern context that we live in. We have the ultimate goal of developing a neighborhood of such sustainable homes and with shared commons to bring back the collaborative land use and stewardship of our people. Bearing witness to a guidance system on right relationship. It's clear that individual and collective changes to our daily actions and choices must take place. We're currently working on the establishment of protected areas in our community, and the next step we're working on is the designation of common agricultural areas so that our community has the opportunity to, once again, to farm collaboratively and with the ultimate goal of establishing greater food security for our people. And finally, the last step is igniting a social movement of nonviolent action that changes hearts and minds and policy towards right relationship. And through that, I truly believe that a social movement and nonviolent action at the local level must be ignited only through concrete and hands-on solutions to establishing this right relationship. We need to get our hands dirty. We need to get back to the earth in terms of gardening and food, and really thinking about the impact that each and every one of us is having with every single bite that we take every single day, and incorporating these changes into our governance structures. So although the focus of the book and conference was at a global level of governance, the changes that need to occur at all levels of governance are just as vital to the ongoing survival of our species and of all our brothers and sisters in the natural world. Making changes to this one small but very vital facet of our lives will solidify a respectful relationship in balance with the natural world. I hope I contributed some kind of valuable thought. Like I said, I'm not an economist in any way, so I tried to look at it from the perspective of my community and the life experience that I have and I bring through the work that I do. So now go up, and I look forward to hearing the other presenters.
Thank you very much. I think that was an excellent presentation to start, because it does illustrate not only the challenges, as I suggested, but also the fact that that governance is down at the local level, not just at the esoteric level.